Hey everybody, it's Max McAllister here. The Warhorse is passing back through Atlanta, even though it's just been a couple days. He's now completed all of his Tour of Honor stops, and so you'll start seeing him doing pretty much straight line X's across America now going forward. But so there was a couple things we couldn't get done on Friday. We're going to do today. UPS messed us up and didn't get this delivered. We're going to install a lighting power distribution module from Pathfinder LED, which will allow these cowl lights to flash on the 2021 model Goldwings. If you have an 18 to 20 version, all you need is their plug-and-play harness, but the electronics have changed on the new 2021s on US models only, and so you'll need a secondary module to get those to flash and work as turn signals. So we're going to install that today. And his climb suit, which took forever and ever and ever to arrive, did arrive while he was out on his last X. He picked that up. He's used that. Says the climb suit's great. He's a big fan, loves it. Our ghetto antenna system, it works. So he now has AM/FM radio reception. Of course, this looks like crap. We're going to take this experiment from here. He's going to have to go do another X around America, but I've got parts on order. We're going to do 2 more experiments. Somebody had said on the old model Goldwings, they used to put a splitter in between the CB antenna and then plug the AM/FM radio and the CB into the antenna and use that. But I've also just ordered a standalone AM/FM antenna, and that's probably what we'll go with first. We'll put an AM/FM antenna on the other side, and then we found an adapter that will let you connect a standard Motorola style car antenna into the infotainment system on the 2021 Goldwing. I suddenly forgot the name of it, but it's like Farac or Farzak or something like that. It's a special kind of connector, but they have adapters that'll let you do that. So we're going to have all those parts here when he gets back and do that. But in the meantime, he says it works out here, works under the tank, works sideways on the tank, works in all 3 positions, and he gets AM/FM radio for the first time since he's had the motorcycle. He says it just doesn't work. So obviously this is a totally tragic design flaw from Honda to have the antenna tucked under the trunk, and it just doesn't work. So we'll keep an eye out for how that experiment progresses, but just know there is hope in the works for people. Now, while he was out riding, he heard a horrible rattling, clattering sound, and one of his Gold Strike Saddlebag Lights just bailed off. It is wired and it is still functioning, even though it got beat to death going down the road, or just dangling by the wire, pounding on the road. So he had a roll of gaffer's tape on board I supplied him with just for emergencies. He taped that up, and it's just held on with adhesive, so there's no screws holding it on. It's kind of a thing. So we're probably going to check this. Well, look at that. This side was about to fall off. Oh God. So, all right. Well, so we're gonna, something better will have to happen. This bike's 2.5 months old maybe, and has 33,000 miles on it. So this the adhesive here, it's actually not even sticky anymore. Yeah, that hasn't even been sticking. They give you some stuff to apply to the plastic that's like a prep for it, and then but I followed all the instructions, but this just isn't adequate. And this isn't a good surface. It's like a grainy, porous surface. This plastic, it's not smooth plastic like this, like you might hope to find. So we'll have to try something else there. I don't know what. Well, something else to fix today. And then, well, that's mainly it for today. And then we're going to send him off. Tomorrow he's going into Alabama, and somebody's going to put a car tire on the back of the bike and he's going to try that for several loops and see how that does. Take a look under here at the camera. This rear Dunlop is up to 21,000 miles now. It's got at least 5,000 more miles in it. So this would be the world record Dunlop Elite 4 rear tire for mileage if he weren't able to use it till it's used up, but not. So, all right, we're going to get all this fixed up and then get him back out on the road. So keep an eye. Oh, our little trick to the grip has worked. We put a couple bands of gaffer's tape underneath it to kind of make it fit tighter when we clamped everything together. And of course, we figured out it was his fault because he's been pulling on the handle as he slings his leg over, right? Because he's got short legs. So kind of his fault, not Gold Strike's fault. But this one, we think we've got it fixed to where it's working for him. And relocating his Exim antenna out from under the hood, where we believe it was being interfered with by his Farkle shelf, and putting it up on the Farkle shelf worked pretty good. We had it over here. He moved it a little more outboard, and now he says it works absolutely perfect. So he wasn't sure if having, because when you run the antenna up, it would interfere. It would actually create a little block. So this antenna, as the bar, we believe was interfering with the antenna. So he moved it over, taped it down. We'll create a better mount than that today now that he's back in the shop. So that now works perfectly again as well. Again, that's not a problem Goldwing owners have. He just has it because of the Farkle shelf that's on his bike was interfering with the antenna. So not a complaint against Honda, just this configuration of motorcycle. And we're going to get his some parts ordered from Clearwater, from where he had a tip over, to get that bracket back to. I hammered it back as good as I could, so it's good enough to go for another X. It's quite solid. But well, that's what we know today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.